Hi there, it's Susan Poulos, and thank you so much for joining me for a guided meditation. Let's just invite ourselves, our consciousness, our mind to come back to the present moment. The mind has this great capacity to travel, to time travel. So often the mind likes to go to the past or it likes to zoom into the future. And a lot of times, I know for me, my mind forgets about the present. So with this practice, we cultivate the capacity of our minds to be in the present moment. And how do we do that? Well, the body is always in the present moment. And so we invite the mind to come back into the body using the breath as our anchor. So let's just take a few in and out breaths together just to wake up that sensation of in and out breath, awareness of in and out breath. So let's breathe in through our nostrils and feel the coolness of the air coming in. And then also, if it's possible, if you don't have any congestion, you could breathe out through your nostrils and feel the warmth of the air coming out. In is cool air is filling the lungs, and out, the warm air is coming out of the lungs. One more time together. Let's now just check in with the different parts of our body, do a little brief body scan just to make sure that we're grounded, we're here in the present. So let's start out with our feet on the ground, sensing the feet, wiggle your toes, and just feeling the wonderful weight of our feet resting on the floor. And then bring your attention up through the ankles, through the calves, noticing if there's comfort or discomfort or complete neutrality. And come up through the knees. We come on up through the thighs, top of the thighs. You might notice the air feels a little cool on the top of your legs. Maybe your hands are resting on your thighs. You feel the warmth and the weight of your palms resting on your thighs. And then the back of the thighs are resting on your seat, on your chair. Come back to the sit bones and just notice that wonderful stability that you have. Your hips resting on your chair or your couch. Feel the weight of your body resting on the chair. Let's come up through our abdomen and let's just bring our awareness to our lower abdomen where most of the organs are. We have our liver, kidney, spleen, pancreas. We have our intestines, our stomach, kidneys, all those wonderful organs that are in there just working away round the clock. We don't even have to think about it. We now live in a time of history where we have access to incredible medicines and medical assistance in case any of our organs need some extra support. And then let's come up into our upper chest, where the home of our lungs and heart. And just bring your attention back to the filling and emptying of the lungs. Filling and emptying. Let's just take a few breaths together here. When we breathe like this, it actually activates a relaxation response. So this is a wonderful practice to do if you find yourself a little agitated, irritated, worried. You could just come back to your breathing, conscious breathing, just like we're doing right now. Feeling calmer, feeling more present, letting go of the future, letting go of the past, just savoring the present moment. And now let's come out to our shoulders and down through our upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Maybe wiggle your fingers. Oh, such wonderful digits that we have, allowing us to do so many things in our lives. And let's come back up to the neck and thanking our necks for offering such great support to our big heads. And then we come up to the head and draw our attention into our jaw muscles. Just open and close your mouth a little bit. Move your jaw. Release any tension that might be being held in there. Come up through your nose and bringing that attention back to the warmth and the cooling. The in-breath is cool, the out-breath is warm. Come up into the eyes. We have these wonderful eyeballs that can move, can see. And even if we can't see as well as we used to, some of us have glasses. Some of us are getting great medical attention to preserve our sight. So now that we're back in our bodies, we're going to be touching on and bringing awareness to some qualities that are already inside of us. And so those qualities are freshness, like a flower. We have that capacity to refresh ourselves and to be refreshed. Stability or solidity, just like a mountain. This mountain behind me, that's Taos Mountain. I grew up in the West, and so I grew up with a lot of mountains, and I love that image of a stable, solid mountain. The clouds and storms can come and go, but the mountain stays right there. So we have that quality in ourselves. The quality of reflection and clarity, like we might find in a clear mountain lake. And the quality of spaciousness and freedom that we can touch. Sometimes if we just go out and look at the moon, there's that beautiful moon. It has all that space around it. Or we might look at the stars, or even look at an image of the stars, the galaxies. We have that space inside of us and all around us. So we're going to just kind of wake up those different qualities inside of us. And this you can do anytime, anywhere. So let's start off by bringing the image of a flower that you enjoy looking at, that you enjoy smelling. Maybe a flower has special significance to you. And so just bring to mind a flower that you enjoy looking at. And we'll begin our meditation there. So just follow along with my words. I'll guide you through this. So breathing in, I see myself as a flower. A beautiful, soft, fragrant, fragile flower that offers nature, that offers beauty to the world. Breathing out, I feel fresh and as beautiful as a flower blooming. In, flower, out, fresh. So just follow your in-breath, and when you breathe in, you can say flower and picture that flower. When you breathe out, you can say the word to yourself, fresh, and just bring up that image of the freshness of a flower, maybe with some dewdrops on it. So fresh, so lovely. In, flower, out, fresh. So now let's bring to our awareness an image of a mountain. Maybe you have traveled, maybe you grew up around mountains, maybe you used to climb mountains, maybe you still do. In your mind's eye, imagine a magnificent and majestic mountain. And so we'll continue our meditation with this. So just follow along with my words, holding that image of a mountain. Breathing in, I see myself as a tall, majestic mountain. Breathing out, I feel stable and solid. In, mountain, out, solid, stable. Mountain, solid. So now with our next in-breath, let's bring to our mind's eye the image of a beautiful, crystal clear pond or lake. Maybe it's in a mountain, maybe it's somewhere that you used to live, maybe it's somewhere that you've traveled to. So just imagine a gorgeously clear, still body of water. And when you look into it, it reflects the clouds that are floating by. It reflects the plants that are right there. It might reflect a bird flying past it. In addition to it reflecting, it's also extremely clear, so you can look into it and see what's deep down at the bottom or different depths. You might see rocks, you might see some fish. So we have this wonderful quality in ourselves that we're going to bring our attention to of this a clear, still body of water that not only reflects what's all around it, but also is clear enough to see deeply, to see beneath the surface. So let's follow our breath. And breathing in, I see myself as still, clear water. Breathing out, I reflect all that is around me. Breathing in, clear, still water. Breathing out, reflecting all that is. Water and reflecting. You can use these words to follow your breath. Water in and reflecting out. Now we are going to bring our attention to the quality of spaciousness that we all have already. Sometimes we just forget about it, especially when there's a lot of pressure coming from the outside. Sometimes the pressure comes from within. We feel we have to accomplish things, we have to do things. So there might be pressure from the outside and from the inside that makes us feel a little more dense, a little compressed. So this exercise actually allows us to open up and feel more freedom, feel more comfortable, a sense of space. So let's do this together. So bring up the image of space, whatever that means to you. Some people like to imagine the solar system. Some people like to imagine a vista from the peak of a mountain, or some seem to find the view of the ocean with the waves coming and going as that wonderful sense of spaciousness. Whatever that sense is to you, bring that to your mind's eye. And we'll do this exercise together. So, breathing in, I see myself as space, as spaciousness. Open, no congestion, no compression. Just spaciousness, enough room to move. Breathing out, I feel free. Free to move, free to think, free to breathe. I have a lot of freedom that I often forget about. So with our in-breath, we recognize that quality of space, of spaciousness, right here. And breathing out, we can cultivate the sense of freedom. In, space, spaciousness. Out, freedom. Let's breathe together. Space with the in-breath and freedom with the out-breath. Now let's come back to our awareness of breath. Just following our in-breath with the coolness of the air coming into the nostrils. And with the out-breath, the warmth, the heat coming out, releasing anything we don't need anymore. So our in-breath can really touch the quality of freshness, of solidity, of clarity, and of spaciousness, of freedom. And our out-breath can release any kind of sense of staleness, confinement, wobbliness, compression, anything we don't need right now. So simply by following our breath and remembering some of these images, the flower for freshness, the mountain for stability, the clear body of water for reflectivity and also the clarity, ability to look deeply, and then finally spaciousness, space. We have these qualities already inside of us. It's just a matter if we stop and sit down, start to follow our breath. So even if you do this for, sit down and follow your breath one time for the flower, one time for the mountain, one time for the clear water, and one time for the sense of spaciousness, that's enough to start to invite our nervous system to calm down, and so that we can feel refreshed, and whether we need to go do something in our next activity will be a little bit fresher. Whether we're going to go back to sleep or go to sleep, we've been able to kind of release some of the things that might be floating around that we don't really need right now. It's a very beneficial, very powerful meditation. And I really thank you for sharing your practice with me today. So don't forget, please remember, flower, mountain, clear water, and space. Those qualities are in you, and they're in me too, and we can support each other in remembering these qualities. So thank you so much for joining me for this meditation. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.